Get this pair of Ford E350s. They both have the 6.0 Power Stroke. The one on the right is a 06. The one on the left is a 07. The one on the... Well, you know what? We'll have to verify what the mileage is. One has I think it just cracked 200,000. The other one is like 248, something like that. They both drive phenomenal. We're going to do a test drive in both, and we're going to go in the patient compartment in both and all through the cab in both and look underneath the undercarriage at the motor. We're going to look at everything that there is to look at on both of these things. But I am losing light, so let's go ahead. I'm going to give you a walk around tour here. You can see we got long shadows here. It's the end of the day. And the paint is really nice on both. Let me make sure I'm backed up all the way. The red really pops. So you could see that one. And on this rig, you get right here, there's a little bit of a scratch right there. Not a dent, just some scratch to the paint. You know, I don't know if this is going to work for your ambulance company or your fire department with if these colors. So if you do have to paint it, that's not a big deal. You'll see the back is all red, so the red kind of swooshes up, and then we'll give you a look down the side at this one. No dents on this rig at all. This one has one on the driver's side. I don't see any on the passenger side. If you look down the side there, it looks really good. Over here, however, there is a dent right there. So there is that, but all in all, they're in fantastic shape. And let's go ahead. I'm going to fire this guy up. We'll jump into the back and start going over everything. Got the key in the ignition. Oh yeah, this rig also, you could probably hear, that's the exhaust fan in the back. This rig was out, this ambulance worked out in the Mojave Desert where it gets 122 degrees. So this is set up to where when you start the rig, it starts to evacuate whatever hot air is back here. Hopefully by the time you get to your call, it's cooled off enough back here and you can run your AC and whatnot. Otherwise, it's like, it would be like an oven out where this thing used to perform. So if you don't need that, we can disable that so that doesn't happen. And if there's a kill switch to make that go off. So here is the back. You can see there's storage above the rear doors. Space there. There's a big space for a stair chair. You can put a Stryker stair chair over there or a Furno. It's deep and wide and has a strap, which you might not be able to see against the black backdrop. There's these compartments there. And you'll also notice that the AC runs the length of the AC and the heat. Some ambulances just have it forward facing up there. It also has a carbon monoxide detector up there. There's more space there. Cubby hole up there. There was a hospital radio there, so that's what that wiring there is for. If you know you're going to run a paramedic rig, you could use that same. There's antenna still attached, and that has juice if you need to power it up. It was a Kenwood radio. And then you got these two shelves here for your jump bag and your portable oxygen and the stuff that you would take into your rescue that's accessible from the side doors there. And then here's your jump seat. The upholstery is in great shape. You have space there for like your cannulas, oxygen mask, BVM, suction catheters, all that stuff. You'll also notice that the suction unit itself is a SCORE portable suction, and there's the charging station back there. So this thing actually hooks on to that. And so it's in charge mode right now. You can see The lights just came on. Hopefully you can see those. So it's charging, and if you want to use it, you can probably hear it. See the dial. And then if you want to take it into your rescue, you can just take it off of the charging unit, and you have good portable suction that's a lot better than just a VVAC or whatever. There's also a lockable narcotics locker up here. I have the key for that. And then there's compartments. There's space there, so you can put pillows, blankets, stuff like that. That's reach through for the house tank. I'll show you in a minute. This is a door that also has the window still operational after the door is closed. But there's that. And then there's that compartment there. Okay, so, oh yeah, there is also storage underneath the jump seat for typically emesis basins, bedpans, urinals, stuff like that. There's a place for 2 portable oxygen tanks right there. They're set up for a D tank. You can raise these up if you carry E tanks, and you can put those there. There's also another plug over there for inverting, and I believe, yeah. And then there's one over here, so if you have your monitor on this shelf, you can keep that plugged in. Underneath, you'll notice there's more space for typically a traction splint, a KED, stuff like that. Matter of fact, there's a KED in there that I'm gonna leave in there. So you get a bonus KED with the ambulance, and the upholstery is in nice shape. So, oh, let me show you, we didn't go over the buttons. So let me go over this stuff. Okay, so obviously you have exhaust vent. If there's odors back here that you want to get out, you can suck them out doing that. Or you got your air conditioning there, which feels really good. And the Type 2s, you'll notice there isn't a thermostat back here. It runs off the front AC or heat or whatever you have going on. So you just tell your partner, hey, you know, make it colder. So this is basically, that turns it on. You get your choices are heat or cool, and then you've got, as far as the speed, that's on low, and that's high. So there's that. All that works the way it's supposed to, and then that's the suction, and then there's an airflow meter there that I'm going to leave there. And so let me get out, let's open the side compartment. I'll show you where the house tank goes. Also, the back boards go here on the end of the bench seat. So you could put at least 2, depending on what kind of backboards you carry. You could probably put 3. And then let me go through, let's go to the side here. And then this is where the house tank goes. You'll see the regulator is there, so you don't need to add a regulator. And this one is set up for an M tank. And we'll go, I'm probably gonna have to pull this thing out of the sun. And I'm gonna try to get a test drive into, well, I think we can see okay, so I'm not gonna move. All right, so our air conditioner, and it's got, because this thing was out in Mojave, both of these rigs have some really strong air conditioning. So there's that, and then your speed selector, you got 2 middle speeds on a low. So you got max AC, normal AC. You can hear the actuator door moving. Vent, off. Floor, you can hear the door just clicked over. Mix, and defrost. There's that. You got radio.
You know, Common was in it.
With the CD player.
And let me say this,
in case you still have CDs. And then this is the rig. Okay, this rig has 207,000 miles. And I drove this thing back from Mojave. It's about 160 miles. This thing drove great. So it's got great pickup. If you look in the mirror there, I'm going to demonstrate that works great. Up and down. It's kind of hard to tell because it's a white wall back there, but it's working good. And then if you look over there, that one's moving around. Okay. And then the window, you got really fast, responsive windows. Let me put that up. Do this one here. You see that's nice and fast. I appreciate fast windows. And up here, we got there's our siren, Whelen siren, and then here's all of our control switches up there. So, pretty simple. And then let me tell you, one thing that I didn't mention. In the back, it's the same kind of switches. It's a Leader is the coach builder. So they're my favorite coach builder of Type 2s. I like a lot of their Type 3s, the CCT rigs that they do are phenomenal. But the thing I like most about Leader is they use like these kind of switches in the front and back. And switches, things go bad over time, and this is a $12 switch, so if it stops working, you can just replace the switch, and you can get that kind of switch from Napa. O'Reilly sells these kind of switches. So there's nothing special or proprietary about anything in a Leader ambulance. Even the solenoids, all the relays, everything is over the counter at any auto part place. So that's critical in keeping your ambulance in service. And if it's a proprietary part, or it's one of those beautiful control panels where the air conditioner and the oxygen and everything's integrated in this computerized looking thing. Well, if one of those buttons goes bad, you can't just switch the button out. The whole panel has to be replaced, and some of them are $6,000 to $8,000, like a Horton. Or some of the road rescues are super pricey. So anyway, I got it all lit up. Let's get out. Oh wait, I didn't finish going over. Let's look at these. So you can see we got the spray, we got windshield wiper, really fast. And then let me just hit the siren real quick. Okay, so you got wail and yelp, and then we got the air horn, and then we also have a PA here. Not sure, a lot of these things. Oh yeah, it's got the broken trigger, so I thought that was the case. Yeah, so the PA is inoperable, but it's fixable. It's just that lever. There's a little plastic piece in there that breaks all the time because guys hold it down too hard. So let's get out and take a look at this thing. So we got the sun aimed right in there, but you can still see. So we got the front fenders, there's Whelen flashers there, the light bar's got all kinds of things. Hopefully my shutter speed can keep up. A lot of times my shutter speed cannot, so when I look through the screen it doesn't look like the light bar is doing a whole lot. It's going crazy when I look at it through my own eye there. So there's corner strobes, there's red flashers, there's steady burning reds in the middle, so there's always something lit facing forward. And then there's two white strobes that are going pretty quick. I got the floodlights on so you can see those. So we got side markers there. In the back we got two red flashers, and then we got the rear load light on. And then on this side we've got the same deal. We got the red flashers and the two flood lamps. And there is that. All right, we'll jump over to the other rig and look at that one. Turn this stuff off. I think I covered everything up here. It's got cruise control. We'll look at more stuff when we do the test drive. Oh yeah, let me show you the interior. Okay, so the seats, nice shape. This is a vinyl seat. This has clearly been replaced, but it is in the same Ford style. The passenger is missing the armrest. So the passenger's, not only does he have to do patient care and the patient care report, he doesn't have an armrest to enjoy himself when he is in the front seat. That's a triple bummer, in my opinion. So, but you know what, the driver doesn't have one either. And then there's a cup holder. There's space under here for patient care reports, stuff like that. Huge space. You can put your lunch in there and whatever else you want. So there's that. The floor is in nice condition. There isn't a heel hole. Step well's in nice condition. The door pocket on the driver's side is missing. I see that all the time. A lot of times, what I might have a door panel with a pocket. I doubt it though. I'll look. I'll see. A lot of times, what we do is we just cut these off and put a panel on there that's got reflective tape that covers all of the metal. So when you open the door, it looks like a factory coach builder type thing that's, you know, for safety. When you open your door at night, you got reflective tape. So here's this guy. Let me